Okay, we'll be good.
Okay.
How about that? So, so
I'll just go.
you just go with it. I'll interject, but I oddly
Sure.
enough, I haven't. I'm new
You're
to this
fine.
too.
You're fine. But it's rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that a birth center would provide is there are people that don't have space in their own home, or aren't comfortable in their own home because of other children or whatever, but don't want to go to a hospital. So we had one couple that are friends of ours that had their baby in our basement, which is a nice setting. It was private, separate entrance, because they wanted a separate place to go, and there was no birth center available. So there are definitely people like that that are looking for a warmer home type space but can't use their own home.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, you're a business person, so one of the things, one of the reasons I actually wanted to talk with you about this is you've had multiple businesses, and you're very involved with the community.
Right.
How does that impact your business indirectly? I mean, how does Willowsong and the plans Willowsong has for a birth center, how will that change the broader marketplace?
The one of the coolest things about a business is if you can earn money, help women expand what they can do for their families, how they can support their families, but create a community at the same time. Mm-hmm. So for instance, when I had the cloth diaper business that I was running out of my home for several years, yes, it provided a way for me to be at home with my kids and contributing to our personal income, but it also, I got to know so many women who were looking for other women who were parenting the same way, who had the same values with the environment, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so it created a community with that. And so the same thing with the Willowsong community, with the birth circles that she had, which then now there are the group of women that are maybe 4 or 5 years out of our last birth, but still loved that community. So we were done talking about birth and breastfeeding and that kind of thing, but we still wanted to come together as women. So we still meet in the Village Learning Center, which the birth center would have a piece of that in a much more accessible location, to once a month to talk about what's going on in the world, to talk about 2012 and all the changes that are bubbling to the surface, and to talk about parenting and what happens when you prefer one child over another. You might want to edit this stuff out. We'll see. Anyway, let's see. What am I talking about?
Well, you were talking about your business, but you also had an interesting experience because you had one business when we got to meet you,
right?
And then you moved into another business,
right? And when I started the second business, when I started doing Norwex, there, even with a large community of women who were very concerned about the environment, very concerned about removing chemicals from their home, there was a lot of skepticism about something new. And with the midwife and they just developed such a position of influence in the community, and they touch the women's lives so far beyond prenatal care and being present at birth. Mm-hmm. So when I was able to get Cosette to see a demonstration of my product and get her buy-in, then all of a sudden people listened to me in a whole new different way, because the midwife was behind it. Yeah. So there's just such an opportunity to touch women's lives way beyond birth.
That's really exciting, because that was one of the things that intrigues me about this whole opportunity to create a birth center and provide options besides the home birth, which you and I are very familiar with, and what we've seen currently, but to provide an out-of-hospital opportunity just helps expand the awareness, but also the market. It helps to. I personally believe, and I don't know if this is something you would experience or you've seen, but it's really like it's an industry that's growing, and having investment in that industry will help help strengthen it, if you will. Particularly in a marketplace that has traditionally not seen it.
Right.
You know, you'll see it much more commonly on the West Coast in the big urban centers, in central Iowa or in Des Moines. You know, it's taking root in a way that's rather phenomenal.
Well, and just so again, my view of a gentle birth and the impact on society, and Cosette may have completely covered this and other things that she's written, but just being able to allow babies that entry into the world in a very gentle, quiet, not jarring, whether it's in the water, whether it's just in a dark and quiet room, giving them more of a gentle entry into the world, I think impacts their personality for life. And so the amazing possibility that just through having a birth center as an option for women, we can be creating less violent, more peacefully minded children, which of course then are going to be the next generation of parents. That to me is, you can't measure that.
So what will make Willowsong, why will this grant be successful? And what will make Willowsong successful?
Why will the grant be successful?
The
way that this would make a difference is because the need is absolutely there. The people with the knowledge to make the project happen is there. The community is here behind it. I mean, there's absolutely no question that the community is ready for it. We just need more funds to do the physical work of restoring the building and making it the dream for sustainability, that kind of thing. We just need someone to see the amazing power of that seed.
No, that's a great image. So let's end with that, because we were at 6-7 minutes, and I don't want to put too much up because they're short sound bites. So thank you so very much.
You bet.
All right. Cool.
So